Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, can we improve upon scalloped potatoes by making them in the Ninja Woodfire with smoke? And what is the most feared potato in the entire galaxy? That one's easy, Darth Tater. Today we are going to take on some cheesy scalloped potatoes and smoke them. Let's get going. This is about 4.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes and 1 white onion. That's pretty much what we need. I've already given these a quick rinse. It's time to peel them. Now that that's done, we're gonna take our onion, chop the ends off it, remove the outer peel. We're gonna use my favorite tool, the Japanese mandolin. This is currently set really thin. We're gonna start with that because we're gonna thinly slice these onions. Now I believe I turned this screw, which should allow me to adjust that guy down a bit. We should be able to get a little bit thicker of a slice. That's just about what I want. We just do this a lot. This would absolutely suck to do without this mandolin. At this time, we're ready to set up the wood fire. Go grab your pellet hopper. I'm gonna use some Kona premium blend pellets. Use any pellets you want. I don't think the flavor profile on this is gonna be a big deal. Fill your pellet hopper all the way to the top.
Right to the top.
And then give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing. I still do it every time. Make sure you have your flat top in there. It's gonna come in handy. Turn it on, hit wood fire. That's the grill setting. Temp, we're going down to medium. Time, we're going to an hour. Hit start. We're gonna let that guy come up to temp. Why am I using the grill mode? Because I'm gonna try something I've never done before. I'm gonna use this sheet pan as a pan. And I'm gonna try to make everything in there. I'm gonna make the sauce, everything, instead of going to the stove and getting a pot and doing that. I'm literally gonna try to make it all in here by sitting this on top of the grill flat iron and see if it gives it enough heat to do what I wanna do. Let's find out. Next up, we need to shred some cheese. I have a little bit of smoked Gouda left over from some other recipes. So we're just gonna pop that over there. And this is a smoked cheddar. That's probably more cheese than we're gonna need, but better to have more than need it. Looks like I got about a cup of the Gouda, maybe 2.5 of the cheddar. It's been a few minutes since I turned on that grill. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in there to try and heat it up while we're getting going. What I'm gonna try to do is make my roux, I rhymed, in there. And to do that, we need 4 tablespoons, half a stick of butter. I'm using unsalted butter. You can use salted if you want. Just watch your salt level when you season everything. So we're gonna do that. Keep things simple. I'm gonna go with an even amount of all-purpose flour. Do 4 tablespoons. Okay, it's yelling at me. We gotta do the trick.
To get it to stop yelling at you, turn it off, turn it back on, set it to grill. Don't touch the wood fire. It's going to want you to close the lid to turn it on. After you hit start, then hold start for 3 seconds until it says add food. Then you're ready to go.
Okay, now we have lit pellets and butter going down in the pan. This is kind of working. Not ideal, but it's kind of working. Okay, at this point, we're gonna add in about 4 tablespoons of garlic paste, 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay, I'm gonna kick this guy up to high. Close that guy down for a minute. So far, so good. This might actually be working. At this point, we are gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic and 1 of granulated onion. Teaspoon of MSG, teaspoon of smoked paprika, teaspoon of salt, about a teaspoon of pepper. Ooh, she's thickening up nice. And now we're gonna go in with 2 cups of heavy cream. I'm gonna go in with 1 cup of the Gouda, 2 cups of the cheddar. And we're gonna stir this bad boy. Try to get these guys to melt. Close that down for a minute or 2. This is working far better than I hoped it would. This cheese we're saving to top the potatoes at the end. At this point, I'm gonna start layering my potato mix. We're gonna throw down a thin layer of all the onions. Then, like dealing cards. It's freezing out here today, so my potatoes have not browned, which is good. Oh, that is mint. That is so perfect. Now, cheese sauce. At this point, we're gonna go switch over to smoker mode. Turn this guy off, turn it on. Smoker, temp, 350 Fahrenheit or Celsius. And probably 2 hours is fine. Like making a potato lasagna. I think we got room for maybe one more layer here. Perfect amount. The rest of your sauce, our cheese. A little bit of pecorino romano right on the top. And because I don't want to burn it on the bottom, I'll put that little rack in there. One thing I have learned while smoking things in the Ninja Woodfire, like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese, cheese-topped items, they can get a very dark, unappealing looking crust quickly. So I'm gonna watch it, and when it gets a color I like, I'm tenting it with foil, and we're moving on. It's been almost 30 minutes exactly. Let's go see how this guy looks. Oh, that looks perfect. I don't want any more color or browning, so it's time for this. We're gonna let that go for another 20 minutes or so covered like that, and then we're gonna check the potatoes to see if they are ready. And there we go. After another 30 minutes, this guy is ready. I've already kind of done a little peek and a test. I don't think it needs any extra browning or broiling or anything. That looks absolutely perfect to me. I don't know about you, but that looks fantastic to me. Give it a little cut. Cheers. Oh yeah, that is good. Especially that browned one on the top. That got a lot of the smoky flavor in there. Really good. Now, if I were to do this again, I'd probably add a little bit more salt when I make the cheese sauce. And I might like season the potatoes in between each layer. Just a little bit of salt, little bit of the garlic powder, onion powder mix on there. Layer a little bit of extra flavor throughout it. But still pretty good. It needs a little salt to me. Let's see if the salt kicks it up a notch. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Definitely needed a little bit of extra salt. Not much. Oh, the potatoes have like a tender crisp to them. These went about 35 minutes before I pulled them, and I tasted one in the end and it was good. But the ones in the middle still could probably use a little bit more time. So I might go 45 minutes on these.
Future Dad here from the editing suite. These needed a lot more than 45 minutes. Probably an hour, maybe even 2 hours. The middle ones were just not cooked enough. So, tip. Cook yours as long as you need to cook them to get the center nice and tender. I would just kind of go into the middle, take one out, check it. I don't know the exact time, but it needed a lot more than 45 minutes.
I think if you show up to a holiday celebration and you bring this, people are gonna be really happy they invited you. If you're liking what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. It's free, it's easy, it's one little button, and it makes your heart grow 3 times size bigger, which is great in this holiday time of the year. Leave a like. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. Leave a comment. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support this channel, consider becoming a member. Members get behind the scenes updates, they get early access to videos, they get shout outs, they get producer credits, all kinds of fun stuff, and it really helps me keep this channel going. I appreciate each and every one of you who's a member, but if you can't be a member, subscribing is enough. It just really helps me out. I guess the only question left to answer is, what do you get when you mix a potato and a race car? Crashed potato. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may make fantastic holiday side dishes, tell horrible dad jokes, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This episode of Dad Got This was brought to you by our producers. Thank you very much.